This is Marc Robillard. We're in Fairhaven, Massachusetts, enjoying the beautiful lights on his house. What type of work do you do?
I'm a plumber.
Ah, good for you. So I'm looking around here and I'm thinking, how does a guy who's a plumber, who has to pay the bills, who has a wife and a little baby, have time for this? You must love it.
Yeah, it's just a passion of mine. I really love to decorate. Been decorating probably since I've been 14 years old, and now I'm 42, so it's been a long time.
How long does it take you to do this?
As of right now, I have probably about 500 hours in, and it should be right around 200,000 lights.
So when did you start?
I started the last weekend of September. So I've been decorating all of October, all of November till now, pretty much every free day I have.
And I'm looking around here. Do you do this yourself?
I do it 100% alone. The only help I get is my wife goes through, checks the lights to make sure they work before I carry them outside and plug them in. And just lifting the heavy Christmas tree and the big poles is the only time I get a hand. But I'm the only person that actually touches any lights or figurines and places them or plugs them in.
One day I drove by with my wife and
Yeah.
we just thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But I noticed lights on top of the shingles, right? That's
Yeah.
something that's a little bit different, right?
Well, the lights on the house, it's all small little curtain hooks. So I pre-drill a hole and then it's all little hooks. You really can't see them, but they stay in permanent. And on the roof, I use special roof clips, which are commercial, and then I use small little spring clamps that clamp them to the roofing shingle.
Wow, that's nice. This is tremendous. A whole row of trees with lights wrapped around each tree in different colors. Tremendous.
Yeah.
Your idea?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought one day many years ago, I think I'll wrap these cedar trees. And I started at about, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 feet. And then each year I went about a foot up until I was said, I think I went high enough. And there's probably about 50,000 lights, so 500 sets just on these cedar trees alone.
How long does it take to wrap one of these trees?
If it has a lot of little branches and a lot of little twigs, it could take a whole day, sometimes longer.
Wow.
It just depends how meticulous I really want to get.
All the way down this row right here, it fits perfectly into your setup.
Yep. It's my favorite part of the yard is the cedar trees.
You know, the first time I drove by here, I was looking at the house. I saw Santa Claus, I saw Frosty the Snowman, and then I saw this big Happy Holidays, big gigantic Happy Holidays, really jumps out at you.
Yeah.
What was the thought process into that presentation?
Well, many years ago, I was thinking I'd like to put some sort of sign across the yard. And I wanted to incorporate, you know, Christmas and New Year's and the holiday season. So I said, might as well just go with Happy Holidays because it, you know, it pretty much sums up the whole holiday season. And that sign there, believe it or not, it's about 20 years old. It's been rebulbed and repainted a few times, but I probably did that in my late teenage years, cut out all the letters.
And how about the North Star up there?
Yep, that pole in the back, yeah, it's 42 feet to the top of that star. And that took a 6-ton winch to pull it up there with all kinds of rigging. And it will have, for next year, 10,000 lights on it, but that'll be the next year's surprise. It just did not have enough time to get to it.
People that come by, they gotta pay attention to detail. Look, you got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you got Snoopy over there,
Yeah.
and then what I think is absolutely amazing and hilarious, Santa Claus on top of the chimney.
Yeah, Santa's on top of the chimney.
Where else would he be?
Yeah, he's right on top of the chimney. He's always waving. And he's one of my original figurines. I probably bought him when I was 19 or 20 years old. So I've had him a long time. And I always make sure as soon as the season's over, he goes right back in the attic. So hopefully he'll last my entire life. And also in the front picture window, I got from the Christmas Story, the leg lamp. So I got that a few years ago.
How come you're a plumber and not an electrician?
Well, you know, you don't want to mix the two together. So it's nice to, you know, do plumbing and then do the electrical stuff on the side, and I did do all my own underground power and all that, but you know, plumbing is my trade, but I love electrical also. But
They have a show on ABC, I think it's called The Great Christmas Light Fight. And they've actually noticed your house.
yes, so ABC has contacted me to be on the Great Christmas Light Fight. So hopefully for 2022, they'll come out and film in the fall, and it will air in 2023, and I'll see if I can win the trophy, and that'd be a great achievement. And I'll probably try to do an extra 100,000 lights on top of what's here this year, so it'll really make a big difference. Still got a long way. I can expand quite a bit. I think I can get up to about 500,000 here without being too much.
I was going to say, how many lights do you have here?
Well, the biggest year of my life, I did 219,000, and I would have to say, we'll have all the final totals in a day or two. It should be right around 200,000 and 525 man hours done by just myself, and then 12,000 4-inch zip ties is the secret to hold everything in place.
Wow. Well, I have to ask you another question too, right? I'm looking around here, right? What kind of an electric bill does this guy have?
Oh, geez, yeah. I usually don't talk about it, but it's extreme. It's a little better nowadays with the LEDs, but it's still up there. But if you love it, it doesn't really matter. So, you know,
It's a
only once a year.
significant number. You're not giving me a number.
Oh, it's high, but I won't say it.
I see the weekend before Christmas, you have some hot cocoa out here. You have a visitor from the North Pole.
Yep.
You have people coming by to see Santa Claus and stuff like
Yes.
that. How did you put that together, and what can people expect when they come by?
When you come by, it's a food drive, and this year here it's going to the MO Life Food Pantry here in Fairhaven, and then it'll get distributed, and then I have Santa and the Grinch, and then I have complimentary refreshments. I have a hot chocolate machine, popcorn machine, and then cookies and cupcakes, and just bring a non-perishable food item for the pantry, and that would be wonderful. You would call this a static display. This is a static display and a walkthrough display. So if anyone wants to stop with their kids, anywhere there's grass, you're more than welcome to walk through. I just ask everyone not to go through the actual garden areas, because that's where the cords are. You know, the kids could trip, especially with the little figurines and the candy canes. The cords have to go to each one, but anyone's welcome to walk anywhere on the grass. There's no tripping hazards, and you know, I planned it when I redesigned all the front yard so people could walk through and enjoy it and not worry, or me worry, somebody's gonna trip or get hurt or something. So it just works out nice. And if you were to really see this all laid out or stacked or ready, you would say, oh my God, how does one person take all this out, put it all up, and just in cords alone, just to think about how many little extension cords and splitters and to hide everything, it just takes a lot of time. And you need true passion, and you have to love to decorate and love the spirit of the holidays to really do this.
Just in the time we're talking, you see kids coming by with their families. Little boys and girls get out of the car, they look, they're with their parents and stuff like that. What does that mean to you?
Well, it makes me happy, and you know, I always loved to decorate. It was just a hobby because I love to garden. So the decorating took the place of something to do in the winter. So this was my winter hobby, and then I really enjoyed it. And then as it grew, more and more people kept coming by, and then it's always nice to put a smile on somebody's face when they're having a bad day. They can come by and maybe cheer them up a little bit and bring the holiday spirit.
Well, this is fantastic. I know you have a lot of passion for it. You really, really enjoy it. I know you see all the kids coming up and Santa Claus and the events you have at Hot Cocoa, and that you do it all yourself. I just think you should be congratulated, because you are bringing a lot of joy to people.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I really enjoy it. And you know, hopefully a lot of people will come by and enjoy it.
Merry Christmas and happy
Merry
holidays
Christmas.
to you and your
Paul.
family.
You too. You gonna stop by?
Absolutely.
Thank you.